first grade because you had to be 6 before the 1st of January, and my birthday being 6 days later. So my mom had had a good friend who, Jean Henry was her name. She lived with her aunt and uncle right across the railroad track from us. And she was a teacher, so she told my mom what the books to get. So I started school in the 2nd grade rather than the 1st. When I started, what would that be? That would be 1932. Oakland Park School only had 4 grades at that time. It was built, the school had been built to house grades 1 through 6. We didn't have kindergarten in public kindergarten at that time. And I guess that the rooms had been used pretty much until the hurricane came, and when the hurricane, it had just been built. And then after that, it sort of went down. There just weren't enough children around. Everybody was moving out. There weren't that many people left. And so the school board decided that they couldn't manage grades 1 through 6, but they did manage grades 1 through 4. But they only used 2 teachers. They had one teacher who was a 1st and 2nd grade teacher, and the other one taught 3rd and 4th grade. I think there were probably around 28 children in each room, which made it not too crowded, but the 3rd and 4th grade teacher also served as principal. Of course, we did. With windows that went down to about knee-high and high ceilings, and they could be opened up, and rooms were cool. And also the way the school was built, it was built around a square that was open, so that when they opened the doors into the hall and the windows from the outside, you got a beautiful cross ventilation. So
when we came to Oakland Park, I was 7 years old, and I went to Oakland Park Elementary. They had, school still exists, although it's been remodeled till you can hardly recognize it. We had 4 grades. 1st and 2nd grade had 1 teacher. 3rd and 4th grade had 1 teacher. After we finished 4th grade, the children that lived in my area of Oakland Park were transported by school bus to Northside School in Fort Lauderdale. But at that time, Fort Lauderdale High was on that whole block. It's at the corner of Broward Boulevard and US 1. I went to the junior high school at that time. 7th, 8th grades were on the west side of the building. Grades 9 through 12 were on the east side. And the junior high schoolers were not welcome over on the high school side.
Oakland Park Auditorium it was built, in the back of the auditorium there is a stairway that leads up to a projection room up above, which was, I thought, wonderful. And the stage has the built-in footlights, which, I mean, I went to Fort Lauderdale High School and they had an auditorium, but it didn't compare with that. In fact, I remember when my daughter was in a dancing class, they were over at the Gateway Theater, and their stage wasn't that good. And they had, back behind the stage, there were dressing rooms and a restroom. The way the stage was built, it was built perfectly for the curtains, the various curtains for all the stage scenery and so on. The hardwood floors are angled enough that you can sit and see over the person in front of you. The wooden theater-type seats, and it had great, huge windows, and the rafters was very high. The rafters were painted. They're painted gray with little flecks of color, red and green and yellow and all. Very attractive. The great big tall windows we had to close up so they could air condition the place. but they're still there. They used to open them with one of those big long poles that you reached up and opened them with. Auditorium is a gem. It's on the National Register of Historic.